Hey you! Yeah, you. Do you like Pokemon? Do you like challenges? Well, you're in the right place. This is the story of my first Nuzlocke, but this is part 2 of 3. So if you haven't already watched the first part, go do that right now. Do it. Pause the video and go watch the last one. It'll be worth it, I promise. But whatever the case, if you like what's going on in this video, consider hitting the subscribe button. It's free and it'll make you look really cool. Now, on with the video. We booted up stream that day on a positive note, as Pog decided it was her time to shine. Yes, he's evolving! Yes! He's gonna be so good! Look, it's a Breloom. We got a freaking Breloom, dude. It was around this time as well that there began a discourse amongst the viewers. A good portion of them wanting our only recently added team member, Timmy, to die. Obviously, we were not gonna give in. So we continued to grind up the Magikarp despite the chat. After a while, it had become time to face Brendan, who stood proud on the bridge of Route 110, ready with his Pokemon. And we absolutely crushed his team. Right past his sad excuse of a team, we walked onward to the third gym, but not before our beloved Timmy evolved into something actually useful. And with that, we entered the third gym, and it honestly was pretty easy. We did have a scare right at the beginning with a little thing we like to call an unpredicted explosion, but aside from that near-death experience, it was pretty much a cakewalk. And so we waltzed out of there with the Dynamo badge. Following our win, we taught Scooch Rock Smash and popped a few of our Mons into the daycare nearby. Up along the path we went, taking on the family of 4 just off to the left, and once again, an easy fight. We had struggled so much with the early game in our previous runs, and now it felt like we were on top of the world. The team was back on the move, making our way to Lava Ridge, catching a few friends along the way, including a Machop who we named Chop. Super creative, I know. Through the volcanic ash we trekked, some chatters still hoping for Timmy's demise. I back again. Is Timmy dead? No, but Sally is. Damn, you really hate Timmy. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Onigiri and his hatred for Timmy, but here we are. They were really set, honestly. A little too set, not gonna lie. When did Timmy become a Gyarados? Kill it. I'm not gonna kill Timmy. I'm not gonna kill Timmy. Stop. Hi, I'm back. Is Timmy dead? No, he's not. He's thriving. Stop trying to get Timmy to die. They had begun forming alliances. There were teams in place. The chat was at such discourse, the likes of which you've never seen. Hashtag Team Timmy and hashtag Team Kill Timmy were both being thrown in with no regard for one another, like bullets whizzing by out of no man's land. It was an all-out bloodbath, no mercy. They even attempted to drown me in protest. Oh my god, how many friggin' hydrates? 15 drinks? I might as well just drink the whole goddamn thing. 13. This feels awful. Alright, now go fill it back up. I have plenty of points left. No! Kill Timmy and it won't happen again. Stop threatening me. Oh yeah, also, we went ahead and beat Maxie as well as Flannery, giving us the Heat badge. No big deal or anything. Things were really starting to look up for us. Following our success in Lava Ridge, the gang headed over to the Mirage Tower, where Poppy the Trapinch was caught and sent to the PC. Next up was the road back to Petalburg, to fight our own father. It had been the reason for our loss last run, so we needed a plan for the battle. And then, as we made our way back down to Mauville from the desert, it hit. We knew exactly what to do. Well, yeah. Because counter, that's actually a really good idea, because counter wouldn't hit you unless you hit it. Exactly. And if I just keep switching out for intimidate, that's not gonna do anything. Oh my god, we have the strat, guys. We have the strat. So, yes, that was the plan. Gyarados has the ability Intimidate, which lowers the opposing Pokemon's attack stat by 1 level when sent out. On the other end of things, Aaron is a Steel Rock type Pokemon, so it is 4 times resistant to normal type attacks, but is inversely 4 times weak to fighting type moves. The next gym specializes in normal types, but the leader, Norman, has a Slacking, who knows Counter, a fighting type move. The great thing is that if we don't attack it, then it won't hurt us. So, like any good Pokemon trainer, we took this easy way out with no hesitation. All that was left to do was set it in motion. And that is exactly what we did. After taking down all the practice trainers before him, we entered our dad's room with our stacked team, along with special guest Tinkerbell. Go on, Tinkerbell, you got it. It was time for the fight, and we took down a Spinda with no problems, and the same with the Vigoroth. He then pulled a little switcheroo on us, sending out Slacking a little early, but it was fine. We switched in Timmy, then back to Giga Chad, then back to Timmy, and back to Giga Chad, doing this an additional 4 times, bringing Slacking's attack as low as we could get it. Timmy came back out, got off 6 consecutive Leers to lower Slacking's defense to a pathetic state, and as our final step, we brought out our boy Chop to take him down with a single low kick. There was a Linoon too, but that was just a karate chop away from our victory, landing us the balance badge and the ability to surf outside of battle. Conveniently enough, after a quick heart-to-heart with our father, Wally's dad dragged us away to his home to give us the HM for surf so we could use it right away. Now our next goal was Tree City, where Winona and her team of flying-type Pokemon were standing between us and the Feather Badge. This was perfect, because that meant we could head back to Mauville to find Watson outside the gym where he talked to us about going to New Mauville to switch off the generator there. A generator? Why, that produces electricity, does it not? What Pokemon could we possibly find there? Okay, what do we got? Okay, it's a Voltorb. It is a Voltorb. Okay, I was hoping for a Magnemite, not gonna lie, but we'll make do. We named him Frankie, shut down the generator, and got out of there before any of those Voltorbs decided to self-destruct on us. We then grinded just a tiny bit, evolving Frankie before calling it for the night. That was my entire goal here. I did accidentally just press B, but I don't think that it changed anything, so... The following week, we resumed our journey with a fresh cut. Ooh, looking mighty fine there, my man. Who cuts your hair, my boy? Anyways, our journey to Fortree had begun. Just to the right of Mauville, we caught Harold the Tentacool, had a quick chat with Steven, and found ourselves on Route 123, where a kind old lady gave us a berry in exchange for some words of encouragement. Hey, child, have you heard a good saying lately? Yeah. Yeah, blaze it. There we go. Now, back to Route 119 we went, catching a Zigzagoon and finding a house with a bit of a surprise in it along the way. Somehow, but it turns out there's an HM move called Fly. I wish I'd known about that a long time ago. Fair enough. Why are there so many Wingles in here? And out of nowhere, back came the hate train. The Timmy scandal resurfaced with the arrival of one of our chatters. Thank you, Onigiri. Timmy dead? No, Timmy is thriving, dude. Stop. Timmy is not dead. Why do you want him to die so bad? The comments of dislike were relatively short-lived this time, though. I think they were trying to start yet another fire. Remind me of the hatred that festers in their hearts for our dear boy. Which side are you on? Hashtag Team Timmy or hashtag Team Kill Timmy? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, not long after, Giga Chad decided it was his time to shine, evolving into a Lairon. See, Giga Chad was a big help before, but now he's an even bigger help. He's just too beefy to take down. Next was the Weather Institute. Really just a walk in the park. Compared to our team, all of the grunts, as well as their admin Shelly, had unbelievably weak Pokemon. We breezed through it, got the weird little gray front butt Pokemon cast form, and headed out to have a quick battle with Brendan, who randomly rode up to us on his bike. Not sure how he knew where I was, but regardless, this man was also a cakewalk. With only 3 Pokemon at his side, he did not stand a chance against our 6. But after our win, he did give us the HM for Fly, a very useful move indeed, but the next gym was acting as a roadblock between us and the ability to fast travel to any city we had already been to. And so, after obtaining the Devon scope from Steven, we entered the gym, fought through the trainers as usual, and emerged in front of Winona herself. Now, not to toot my own horn, but we absolutely swept the floor with her team of flying types. Ricky was able to take out both the Swablu and Tropius with 3 cycles of rollout. Timmy took down Altaria with a few Dragon Rages, and Frankie 1 and 2 shotted the Pelipper and Skarmory, respectively. The Feather Badge was ours, and so was the ability to fly. We left Fortree with haste, and now it was time for a bit of story before the next gym. After traveling along routes 120 and 121, we arrived in Lily Cove City, home of the Hoenn region's general store, a place that would come in handy a little later down the line. Then it was time for the best part of this run, the Safari Zone. I never really found any rules of Nuzlocke stating a ban against the Safari Zone, so we had to go in to catch ourselves a little something something. That something ended up being big-eared Dumbo here. Straight to the box for you, Dumbo. I'd love to use you, but we've already got a ground type. You know what? I'll make you a deal, Fanpy. You can be a bigger elephant and go hang out at the daycare. How's that sound? Good? Awesome. Now be good. Don't eat the glue unless it says toxic. You'll be okay. Alright, bye now, buddy. See ya sometime. Alright, now that he's gone, time to head back to Lily Cove, then down to Route 123. That's where we caught Casper the Shuppet, a relatively helpful Pokemon for the 7th gym, as it is Ghost type. We flew back to Lily Cove in order to finish the stream with a display of such immense skill, absolutely mopping up Brendan's sad excuse for her team once again. We were feeling real good. The following stream started out as any other would, with me wearing a button-up with Irish flags on it, and the background lighting changed to green and orange, and wait, what is going on? Well, it was actually St. Patty's Day during this one. Oh god, I just dated this hardcore. It takes a while to make a video like this, okay? Anyways, our first order of business was to go to Mount Pyre, where we caught an adorable little Vulpix, who we lovingly named Kebabas. Inside the towering grave site we went, fighting many trainers along the way, breezing through. There really weren't any threats. Alright, we got a Wobbuffet. That's not hard, I don't think. Roll out. I mean, if you're gonna use that kind of... Except for that one. Our first true loss of the run. You were good, Frankie. May you live on forever in our hearts. Anyways, back to the game. No time to lose morning. We've got a game to play. Up and up we went, pretty easily soaring through the rest of the area until we got caught up with yet another Wobbuffet. This time, Giga Chad was our party leader. So, we sent him out and immediately got hit with Destiny Bond, sealing Giga Chad's fate to perish as soon as the Wobbuffet did. In an attempt to switch out, we were greeted with a message telling us that we were unable to do so. I thought it was over. I thought Giga Chad was a goner, that there was no way out of this. But that's when I learned how Destiny Bond actually works from someone in chat. Shout out to Bitterboy16. Basically, I had been under the impression for so long that as soon as Destiny Bond is used, it stays in effect until the affected Pokemon is switched out, which we could not do. But turns out Destiny Bond only works the turn it is used. So as long as we could outspeed the walking punching bag, Giga Chad would be fine. And outspeed we did. After a quick counter scare that brought Giga Chad down to a whopping 17 HP, we healed up and brought the Mon to its knees with only a few Metal Claws. Chad could live on. So, after healing up back in Lily Cove, we climbed to the very top of Mount Pyre, demolishing a handful of Team Aqua Grunts, and watched as Archie ran off with the red orb. The old lady sat atop the mountain, gave us something immediately afterwards, a magma emblem. There's only one place that this could lead us, the Team Magma hideout. And so, that is where we went. We stepped foot into that place, encountered a Graveler, and it immediately decided to sacrifice itself for the greater good. There went my encounter for the area, I guess. We zoomed through as you do, and not too much happened until we ran into a Geodude. Doing pretty good. How is the run? The run is going well. 13 and a half hours in, and we are in the magma hideout currently, as you can probably tell. Are you kidding me? Our second loss. It's okay. It'll be fine. I didn't even want a Flygon, aka one of the best Pokemon in the game. Nah, don't even need it. And so we made our way to Maxie, who was straight vibing with Groudon, trying to wake him up with the wrong orb and stuff. We fought him, messing up his team pretty badly in the process. Then promptly went back to Lily Cove to go to the Aqua hideout. Oh, that's not where I go next? Well, then just let me access my giant brain full of knowledge about the game real quick. Googling it? Don't be silly. Well, it says here in my brain, of course, that we gotta go to Slateport. And to Slateport we went. Archie stole a submarine from Captain Stern, and now we had access to the Aqua hideout. Hopefully this area doesn't take another life from us. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The entire hideout was easy as pie. We even got the Master Ball. Great. Can't wait to use it. Super excited. At the end, Archie went in his stolen sub to make for Kyogre's resting grounds. But we had other plans. We exited the hideout and evolved our Vulpix into a Ninetales. Who needs plot and world saving when you've got a rad looking folklore fox? Moving forward, we bought and taught Casper the only worthwhile ghost-type move, Shadow Ball, and hopped on Ricky's back to sail across the sea to Moss Deep City, home of the 7th gym. After healing up and obtaining the Super Rod from a kind fellow within the city, we went up to Route 125, where we faced off in a double battle against a Manectric and a Swellow. And, you know, just roll the clip. That's not great. Secret power against Manectric, I guess. Then we're just gonna headbutt Manectric as well. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, Ope is the best way to say it. Did you get sparked? I got thundered. I hope you're happy, any hashtag Team Kill Timmy supporters out there. Timmy is no longer with us, and it's your fault. Let me just collect myself. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. 3 losses in one stream? This is absurd. Surely we can't lose a 4th, right? So we can just get all of the experience at that point. I did not mean to... Oh, shit. That's not good, actually. Whatever, man. It's fine. Wailord was only a recent addition to the team, and we caught a Zubat. So everything is fine. We then evolved Giga Chad into his final form, Aggron. At this point, we were at an all-time low, and I don't mean the band. It felt so bad to have lost so many good Pokemon, but all we could do was move forward. And so we did. Confident that this night would be the night that I kill the run, we entered the Moss Deep Gym. Through the puzzles we went, solving them with relative ease while also squeezing every last bit of XP that we could out of the extraneous trainers to get our Mons to the level we wanted them at. Finally, our team reached the true challenge. Tate and Liza, twins who claimed to have some kind of psychic connection to one another. A double battle. It was gonna be tough, but we were gonna try our best. They kicked it off with a Xatu and a Claydol, and we shot right back with Casper and Ricky. Somehow, their Pokemon outsped both of mine, hitting us with an Earthquake, and Xatu heightening its special attack and defense with Calm Mind. That's okay. We struck back with a Shadow Ball and Surf, knocking down the Claydol, but only minorly damaging the Xatu. Next, a Lunatone. We healed Casper and attempted a Shadow Ball, but Xatu was too quick, taking him out with a single Psychic. An unfortunate loss, but we'd manage. We then swapped into Giga Chad. The next turn consisted of both of the opposing Pokemon using Psychic, neither of them taking out either of ours, but Ricky was very low on HP. Unfortunately, we had set up with Double Edge for Ricky, so the recoil damage took him out. And so we swapped to one of the many fodder mons we had lined up. Giga Chad then used Iron Tail, taking out the Lunatone with one swipe. Then, suddenly an action we had not yet considered came to rear its ugly head. Tate sent out her Soul Rock in the second slot, throwing both me and my helpful chat into a bind. Unexpected, that's for sure. Xatu got healed up and Soul Rock decimated Doink with Flamethrower, so we swapped to yet another Foddermon. We one-shot the Soul Rock with Iron Tail, and all we had left was the level 41 Xatu at full health. Thankfully though, our Irish luck decided to shine through that day. Xatu, instead of attacking the real threat, Giga Chad, chose to target Pain, fainting our water bird. But that's not all, folks. Giga Chad hit yet another Iron Tail. 70% chance, by the way. Getting the defense drop with it as well. In replacement of Pain, Johnny Boy came strolling out, ready to take a hit. And a hit is what he took, as Xatu, once again, took aim for our final piece of fodder, giving us the opportunity of one final Metal Claw from Giga Chad himself. The gym was complete. Against all odds, we emerged victorious, receiving the Mind Badge as our reward. A team of 6 entered that gym. One hero came out that day. Giga Chad, the sole survivor of the most brutal massacre of the run, was ready for anything. We assembled a new ragtag team of misfits and ended stream for the day. There was still a lot ahead of us, but I knew that no matter what was on the road ahead, Giga Chad would be there, right by my side. At this point, it was time for some Pokemon plot. A whole lot of trouble was a-brewing with both Team Magma and Aqua, and we needed to check it out before anything went too south. But before we got into that, a decent bit of grinding was in order. One of our new hires, Two-Bat, was able to evolve into Golbat, which was certainly a welcome change in lineup. Good stats, but bad special defense. Unfortunate. Alright, we got a Golbat now. Very important that we have this Golbat. This whole grinding thing went on for about an hour, but thankfully the chat was there to not only entertain, but also educate me. An HM slave. He's a Rog? What the heck? What are you talking? What the fuck is a Rog? They were so kind as to introduce me to one of the greatest animals I have ever seen. The raccoon dog. Rog for short. It truly was a majestically ruffled animal. Kinda reminds me of a fox, honestly. But that little raccoon head on that frankly unyieldingly large, minorly disproportionate body gave it a sort of charm that really resonated with me. Definitely top 10 on my list of animals that I love but will never go near due to fear of either being consumed by said animal or merely seduced as if it were some kind of celebrity or something. Y'all have that list too, right? No? Just me? Okay. The grind continued, turning our new Whalmer, Big Bertha, into a Wailord. Yet another fine addition of our ever-improving barrage. And then, after 2 whole hours of grinding, we entered the Moss Deep Space Center, which was now a massive Team Magma hub. Grunts stood all across the floor of the complex, hoping to keep us at bay, but they were no match for our arsenal of beefy mons. Even the back-to-back-to-back triple battle situation upstairs, we left with only a couple scrapes and bruises. Nothing the local Nurse Joy couldn't fix. But then we were faced with the most difficult part of the area. It was a double battle against Maxie and one of the Magma's admins. And who was to assist us in said battle? None other than Steven himself. Unfortunately, the game was only going to allow us 3 Pokemon to participate in the fight, so we diligently picked our trio: Two-Bat, Giga Chad, and Big Bertha. We felt confident, for good reason too, because we kinda sorta annihilated the duo. Two-Bat stayed in for most of the fight, and despite the 2 Mighty-Annas lowering her attack with Intimidate, she actually was quite the help. For the final stretch, Big Bertha emerged, cleaning up the battlefield with ease. And that was the battle. And to top it all off, Two-Bat ended up evolving once again, giving us the fabled Crobat. But the stream got muted, so I guess you'll just have to imagine all the happy things I was saying. And so, we met Steven at his house nearby, and he gave us the HM for Dive. More progress can now be made in the form of making our way to Pseudopolis for the 8th gym, but not before we brought out Turna, our beloved Whismur from way back when, evolving him not once, but twice, resulting in my very first Exploud. I was pretty excited about that. The team then flew to Lily Cove to get the TM for Blizzard, which was going to come in handy later on. And finally, we reached Pseudopolis, where the gym was closed and a Magikarp eagerly awaited us in the surrounding water. And you know exactly what we named him. Easy catch. All right, we're just gonna name him Timmy again. We're gonna name him Timmy 2.0. Poor Timmy. Lost but never forgotten. He will forever live on in my heart, and he can live on in yours too if you just hit that subscribe button. Maybe he'll even come back to give you a kiss or something. Who knows? As you know, this is part 2 of 3 of this Nuzlocke, so make sure that that bell has been rung too, so you can get a neat little notification for when the final part arrives. But while you wait for that to come out, why not go check out my Twitch? There's probably some crazy shenanigans going on over there right now. So head on over there and maybe drop a follow. But now, as always, have a good one, stay safe, and I'll see you around. I'm gonna let the live split timer get to 1846, so then we can just end it there.